Not this time. Every experienced server remembers the shift when this finally happened. The tip was smaller than you hoped. The guests stood up. They thanked you. They walked away. You looked at the receipt. And for the first time, it didn't control your night. Stay with this. Because one of the biggest milestones in restaurant service has very little to do with earning more money. It has everything to do with perspective. Early in your career, every tip feels personal. A generous tip feels like success. A disappointing one feels like failure. You begin measuring yourself by numbers that are never completely within your control. Almost every server experiences this. You replay the interaction. Did I miss something? Could I have done more? Did I overlook something important? Sometimes those questions help you grow. Sometimes they simply become emotional weight you were never meant to carry. Think about that for a moment. Experienced servers eventually learn something important. A tip is feedback. But it is not always a fair measurement of your service. Some guests tip generously. Some rarely do. Some are influenced by circumstances you never see. And some decisions have very little to do with you at all. That realization changes everything. Now, imagine this next point. Because this is where confidence quietly begins to grow. Experienced servers still appreciate good tips. They still work hard. They still provide excellent service. But they stop allowing one table to decide how they feel about themselves. That creates freedom. Freedom to greet the next table with the same energy. Freedom to remain professional. Freedom to protect your confidence. Freedom to leave one experience exactly where it belongs. With the guests who just walked out the door. The longer you work in hospitality, the more you realize something important. Consistency matters more than any single outcome. One table does not define your ability. One tip does not define your value. One difficult interaction does not define your career. That mindset changes the way you experience every shift. The truth is, experienced servers never stop caring about tips. They simply stop allowing every tip to control them. That is not becoming careless. It is becoming resilient. And resilience may be one of the greatest lessons hospitality can ever teach. If you work in hospitality, restaurant service, or any guest-facing role, like, share, and subscribe so we can continue building a community for people who truly understand life on the floor. When did you realize one tip no longer had the power to ruin your shift? Share your experience below. Because if you've worked the floor long enough, you've probably reached that moment too. We appreciate your viewership. This is the server section.